Hello, my Leos. Welcome to your March reading. I know we are a little ways into March, but not too far. So, some things that come up today could already be going on, or could happen to you still to come with this month of March. So, let's just go for it, Leos. Your bottom of the deck card today is, believe it or not, a child card, which I think has come up in everybody's spreads. A child card, whether it's challenges, boons, all of these have been coming up, and a lot of them in reverse as well. Now the child cards give me that sense of naiveness. Look at that blue on there. A sense of, with this one it's like doubt in your own opinions. Like you don't have any faith in yourself intellectually, and maybe you're getting into some new intellectually stimulating subjects in your life or situations in your life, and this kind of seems like there's no action happening here. There's a lot of thinking and a lot of planning and a lot of should I go this way or should I go that way? Should I think this or should I think that? All the possibilities are still kind of open to you with this child card, but since it's in reverse, I want to say that you guys are considering all the possibilities too heavily. You're giving yourself too many choices and too many obstacles in the way of each choice, and the more you overthink it, the more challenge you're going to see within the situation. So these reverse child, they feel like they're easily discouraged by challenges, but they're so good at picking them out. So if you're overthinking something and you're not going for things because you don't want to go through whatever small challenge, whatever big challenge is in the way of it, just your mind is making these issues bigger than they seem. You have to do something to get through everything in life. You can't think your way through it, and you can't sit here and try to think your way that there will be, no effort exerted. There's going to be a little effort exerted no matter what you do. But once you actually get out there and you go do it, instead of just sitting here and thinking about it and not doing anything because you're not good enough for anything in your own head, you go out there and do something. Okay, those reversed, any of those reverse challenges cards tells me that you're getting way too caught up in what could go wrong. You're finding every little thing that could go wrong and psyching yourself out. I do that kind of stuff all the time, so I know how it feels. With the general spread, I think I'm going to skip around with this one. Because first of all, I want to talk about the Eight of Boons. Now, the Eight of Boons to me is like your craft, whatever that may be, whatever you are creating in your life. And creation is a very large word. Being creative does not only apply to, artistic things or writing or anything of that sort. It's literally anything you create, anything that you're putting your energy into to make something physical. I want to put emphasis on making physical things with the Boons cards. This could even apply to sex, okay? There are a lot of people who say that sex is the ultimate creative energy. It's our instinctive creative energy. There are people who say if you're getting horny, go create something. It's similar energies, but there's something with this Eight of Boons that you've been working on, you've been building up. You have confidence when it comes to this. You are completely competent when it comes to this. You've nearly, you've thought through everything. You've fought through all the challenges that it takes to get here. Or you may currently be fighting for this Eight of Boons position. This is the Eight of Boons is just working toward the Nine of Boons and the Ten of Boons. So, like, ultimate feeling of stability for yourself. This kind of says to me that, you know, what you're doing now and what you're creating now, you should keep putting your energy into this. Because this is stability energy. This is, you know, in a year or two, you're going to feel completely comfortable in your life because you took the time to put your energy into this now. But, you know, we have the Ace of Boons that's right underneath of that. So that's where I kind of get the feeling that you guys aren't up to this Eight of Boons yet. You know, you haven't quite built up to the level of complete competence. Maybe that's just some of you, though. Maybe some of you are completely competent in what you're doing and just needed a reminder. But this kind of tells me that there's, you know, maybe a new physical opportunity being gifted to you, some new, a new situation, that maybe forces you to start working on this creative energy that the Eight of Boons talks about. This is, I'm gonna bring the suspension card that's next to that too into here, because this is like, maybe because you guys are busy cocooning up, trying to figure out all the mental obstacles and get past all, you know, the challenges you think, or trying to solve all the challenges you think you're going to face before you face them. These two cards together kind of say to me that you're not letting the actual thing happen and manifest into your life because you're not doing anything in the physical realm about it. You're in your own little fucking cocoon trying to grow without the influence from the outside world. You're supposed to be engaging in something. There's something that, you know, people are pushing you to do around you, something that keeps popping up and bugging you, maybe, that you need to consider. You need to consider it. Right now, you're not considering it. Right now, you know, maybe you are considering it in your head. You're going over all possible possibilities and trying to make sure that you're mentally prepared for everything. But you're spending too much time up here. Spending too much time not doing anything that you're going to miss up on this opportunity. It's going to go away because you never took an action to get it started. Okay? We can't just make things happen in our heads. Manifestation a lot of the time is about going out and fucking doing it. It's not you say it and it just appears. You say it and then you affect your subconscious mind, and then it's easier for you to go out and do the things that you weren't doing before to make it happen. Okay? There's something that you are completely competent in. Something that you could succeed in, and it would finally bring that, you know, feeling of stability that you've been lacking, that you've been avoiding even, it feels like. Excuse me. What are you avoiding it for? Around this suspension, we also, above it, we have our 5 of challenges. This 5 of challenges. This goes along with what I've been saying about all the challenge cards, about the whole seeing all the bad and all that could go wrong. You know, by spending too much time mulling it over, by spending too much time thinking about how you're going to act instead of just acting, you become a grump. I even want to say that. Maybe some of you you're making yourself super grumpy, and you're making situations like super unpleasant when they shouldn't be. Maybe you're going, this could even be you going into different situations that are unpleasant for you because they have the least amount of challenges, in your head. So this is kind of a feeling of discontentment and confusion in the head as well, because you're out there doing things that don't actually make you happy because you've convinced yourself that they're the easiest, and the easiest is what you want. It just sounds kind of lazy, but I can't say anything. I relate to this big time. But it's, you can make it happen, and it will happen so easily if you just let that bitch go. This 5 of challenges, this whole being caught up in our head and only seeing what could go wrong instead of what could go right. You're blocking out blessings. You're blocking out blessings in your life. There are 2 reversed ace cards here, There are things that are trying so hard to manifest in your life. There are things that, that totally represent happiness for you that are trying to come in, but you're blocking them out. Whether you're doing that purposefully or not, you're blocking out even your own vision of happiness here. You think because it doesn't match exactly what you want to be doing now, that you shouldn't do it. Everything has a beginning, You can't expect a situation to be perfect right off the bat. Instead of using your time to think about what's going wrong in the beginning, why don't you think down the line and think about what's gonna actually match your vision of happiness in a couple of years. There's kind of a feeling of wanting instant gratification with everything and only going for the things that will instantly give you a sprout of happiness, but it's not long lasting. Like I said, it's a sprout. It's just a little ploop, and then it's over because it's not manageable long term. Excuse me. What is going to long term make you feel happy though? You're too caught up, Leos. Feeling like you're doing too much. I'm so sorry. Our last card in this spread is the Keeper of Challenges. This makes me feel like you are acting like you know more than you do. You remember our bottom card was the Child of Challenges. How do these two work together? This is being naive. This is thinking too much because you're unsure, because you're not confident in your answers. This is being overly confident. It's thinking that, your one perspective is the best perspective. Every perspective is gonna, work differently for every different person. So there's no best perspective. In almost every situation, you're gonna have to look at it differently if you want it to turn out the best for you. It's like this whole suspension thing that you're doing, this procrastination that you're doing it arrogantly. I don't know how, but it's like you've convinced yourself that this is really the best route, but it's really not. We need to stop suspending, because you're not suspending in anything productive. You're suspending and overthinking. You know, the king, yes, the king, the keeper, it's the king in the whatever, regular tarot. But the keeper challenges, he really tries to stay ahead of everything. But this energy, which I've been talking about it, the whole spread of staying ahead of everything, it's only holding you back. All of these cards could be something good, and they mean good things, but this switches it around. You're holding yourself back from anything actually happening just because you're trying to stay ahead of what's happening. You need to be more in the moment. You need to get out of your head. Stop distrusting that situations are going to go bad for you, because when you do that, you're self-sabotaging. You know, your actions are going to reflect what you're thinking about. Okay, so focus more on what actions will benefit you and less on what thoughts will benefit you, because the thoughts that you think are benefiting you are actually harming your progress. Alright, I think we're going to stop there, Leo. Thank you for any of you that are watching. I will accept any and all feedback that you have, and I hope to have helped some of you guys out. Hope to see you again next month. Bye-bye.